Do you know how to spot a fake rental home listing? Houston is a hot spot for those looking to scam, according to the FBI. Now, rental ripoffs have increased post-pandemic. A local homeowner, Camila Guerrero, says her home has been posted online under fake listings, multiple. About a handful of couples have come to her house telling her they paid rent for Guerrero's home.
5 times that we know of. They were very upset because they already paid the money up front.
Incredible. So how can you spot a fake listing? Joining us to talk about this, real estate expert and educator, Ms. Guillory. Glad to have you here on The Factor Uncensored. This is nothing unusual.
It's not.
In the city of Houston and around the country.
If you will recall, about 3 years ago, you and I did this story together because one of the lawyers for one of those people who did pay towards a fake listing thought it was me that put the listing out. Do you remember that? And the lawyer, she actually chased these 2 women down all the way to Florida. One woman she tracked down, the other one she discovered got killed out in Florida. We'll just let you figure out what happened over there. But it's a problem, and it's always been a problem. So the question becomes, what you supposed to do when people show up at your door, pissed off, out of money, thinking this is where I'm supposed to stay? And there are some things you can do to make sure that your house is not the next one that people start thinking, I have access to it, I have the right to be here, I paid.
So what do you do if someone's put your home under contract and you're like, wait a minute, this is my home?
Yeah.
I own this, I control this. What the hell are you talking about?
So I think it's a matter of let's catch it before it happens, right? You used to get a house and the biggest concern was, who's my landscaper going to be? Am I going to mow it or somebody else going to mow it? Now, to be a homeowner, you've got to constantly stay in the county records and see if there's been deed fraud. You've got to now go and just literally Google your address and see where it is. I think it's just part of your job now as a homeowner. I hate to say that because it makes it sound like it's the homeowner's fault. It's not. But I think that's now a part of the deal. You need to check and see, where am I this month? You know, who's got me out there? And if it was me, I really would have had the most beautiful sign made up. Don't come here because this is not for leave. Stay
and when we talk about deed fraud, though, let's bring that up again, because people can go to county records and claim your property.
Right.
And it's easier than many of us think.
Yes, it is. And it's actually title theft. That was a misnomer on my part, but title theft can happen. And we talked about that before. There are some counties that have these systems in place to notify you if someone has gone down to the county and done anything with your title record. But Harris County, don't forget, is one of them that hasn't gotten that system yet. So again, it's a matter of checking and staying on top of what's going on. I hate to say it, but the criminals are criminaling. They're doing their thing right now, and it's making it difficult to just enjoy your home.
And we've seen individuals where people have actually moved in, and these are the scam artists that you may have a property that may be vacant.
Yes.
And you're selling. Yes. And they move it, and that becomes a whole nother headache because you just can't kick them out.
You know, I would like to think I could, but no, you're right, you can't. And that's because we've got these old laws from the 1800s that dealt with squatters, but it was a whole different situation. But the good news is this legislative session that's coming up in 2025, this is on the table. This is coming up. We need rights for homeowners, not the jokers who broke in and decided to live there.
And State Senator Paul Bettencourt, who's been on the show, talked about updating the laws to make sure that people, homeowners, are protected, like we talked about in Georgia, where they give them days to prove you're supposed to be in this home or your ass is going to jail.
You got to get out of there. Yeah, we need to catch up. It's time.
And so if you find someone who, once again, who shows up at your house without being violent, should you call the police? What should you do at that point?
If someone shows up and they are pissed because some of these people have given up $2,000 and $3,000 to strangers they can't get back to, I would gently talk to this person, let them know that this is a fraudulent listing, and if they don't move around, I'd be on 911 so fast, I would call the police.
Then you bring in the police.
Absolutely, but I would try to rectify it kindly, but I would not make promises about helping them get that money back either.
There you go. Ms. Guillory, our real estate expert and educator.
Thank you so
here
much.
on The Factor Uncensored. Still ahead.